can't solve your financial problems with the same kind of thinking that caused them. These words will change your reality because poverty can't survive in a dough chaser's mentality.
The beat majors.
So to all my dough chasers, it's time to get this party started now.
I like it.
With your host, Jason White.
Yo, what's up, Dough Chasers? My name is Jason White, your host of Dough Chaser TV. I apologize. This is my second time doing this. When I first started, the microphone was muted. So if you can hear me, please type 1 just for confirmation purposes. But tonight we are talking about credit. We're talking about how to improve your credit. If you are someone who is looking to take your credit to the next level this year, I feel like I'm a legitimate resource to fixing credit and improving finances. I don't know about you, but I feel like that's a reality. Okay, so as you come in, let me know who you are, where you're from, and I'm going to share information with you that's going to help you take your credit to the next level. We are talking about 3 ways to delete collections from your credit report. If you are someone who has collections on your credit report, the information I want to be sharing with you is going to give you the understanding of what you need to do to get that rectified. Okay, so as you come in, let me know who you are and where you're from. I see that people can hear me this time, so I appreciate that. So first, let me tell you what Dough Chaser TV is all about. It's all about obtaining the dough chaser mentality, okay? And a dough chaser is not someone who is chasing money. You know, we're all working, we're all going after that dollar, but it's deeper than just chasing money. It's all about improving our finances and seeking a financial advantage, because at the end of the day, what we're truly chasing is freedom, okay? And if you are someone who is chasing money, you're playing yourself, because ultimately you're living for money. You're playing yourself, okay? You have to use your money as a tool to create freedom in your life. That's what the dough chaser mentality is all about. And if you are not about that lifestyle, you're playing yourself, all right? So the information I'm sharing with you is information that can help you reach that goal of reaching financial freedom, okay? Credit is a tool that you can leverage that will definitely make it possible for you to reach that level in life, because myself, for example, when I really began to understand the power of credit, I got over $100,000 of financial loans that I was able to put back into my business that helped me take and transcend my business to another level, okay? And Witness Riches, the company, we're all about sharing that information, helping our clients improve the credit and improve their finances, so they too can be able to use other people's money to, get what they want out of life, which is freedom. Okay, so that's what the Dough Chaser is all about. And if you're about that, you're going to get the work today. All right, so we're talking about 3 ways to delete collections from your credit report. As you come in, let me know who you are and where you're from. I really appreciate the fact that I get to talk to people all across the world and share information that's going to help them fix the credit and use it as leverage. All right, so without further ado, let's dive into it. Pull up my notes really quick. So if you are someone who has collections on your credit report, there's a couple things that first should have happened before the collection was actually added to your credit report. Okay, the first thing that should have happened is you should have received a correspondence letter from a debt collector. All right, and this letter basically states that your account is in our office, and we're looking to get the account paid. If you do not agree with this information, you have 30 days to dispute this account. All right. So the first thing that you should do when trying to fix your credit and handle collections is don't ignore the correspondence letters, okay? Because it is your right to make sure the information on your credit report is legitimate, okay? And if at any point you disagree with it, you can challenge it. And if they can't prove it, they must remove it from your credit report, all right? A lot of times people play themselves because they ignore those correspondence letters, and they're basically, through their silence, they're admitting guilt. Okay, and that's how a lot of these debt collectors are able to put information on your credit report, because they followed the due diligence of sending it to you. However, you didn't follow through and respond. So through your silence, you're admitting guilt, basically giving them the authorization to report on your credit report. And the next thing you know, your credit score drops 30, 40 points because you ignored the correspondence letter. Okay, I'm pretty sure a lot of you who are watching this video have fallen victim to that, and you probably didn't realize that it was real simple to avoid that from hitting your credit report if you just would have responded to that correspondence letter. Okay, so that's the first thing that you want to do. You always want to respond to the correspondence letters. Okay, never ignore those. I'm pretty sure you have a junk drawer, and in that junk drawer you have probably 5 to 10 letters from debt collectors saying you got 30 days to respond. The clock is ticking, tick tock. All right. But I know you're wondering, like, Jason, if I get the letter, what should I do next? Okay. Well, if a debt collector has your account, one of two things is happening. Okay. They have been hired by the creditor to collect on the account, or they bought the debt for pennies on the dollar, and now they're looking to make some money. Okay, either way, they're trying to make some money. Either they're trying to get a commission from the creditor, or they're trying to just come up overnight due to your ignorance, right? And is it a bad thing? Yeah, it's a bad thing, right? They're getting over. But it's also a bad thing that you're allowing them to do that. All right, and what you want to do when you get those correspondence letters, or if you notice collections on your credit report, you want to request debt validation. Okay, debt validation. Debt validation is a way for you to request information from the debt collector that basically gives them the authorization to report the information on your credit report. All right, under your contract with the original creditor is binding between you and that company. Okay, you did not allow or give them permission to send your information to another company. Okay, now depending on what company it is, some of them do have stipulations in the contract where they allow you basically agree to them assigning it to another company. All right, but a lot of times that's not the case. All right, and if the debt collector cannot provide the proof of contract that states the assignment clause where the original creditor can assign that debt to them, then one, you don't agree to it. You don't have to do business with them. Okay, so that's one way. Another thing is you want to request a business license. Do they have the authorization to collect in your state? Okay, if they don't, you can use that to your advantage because you can threaten to sue them. You can threaten to report them, right, to the state authorities, basically sharing with them that they're doing business in your state without the proper licensing. Okay, that will stop them in their tracks. Okay, another thing that you want to verify with the debt validation is you want to assure yourself that the debt collector truly owns it. What's the difference between a debt collector saying they own something and myself saying I own it, right? A stranger. Well, in this case, we're both strangers, but imagine ABC Collection Company calls you saying, "Hey, Deborah, we have your AT&T bill. We're working with them to try to collect this debt. Is there any way we can set up some payment arrangements to satisfy this debt?" What's the difference from me saying, "Hey, this is Jason White Corporation calling you regarding your AT&T bill, and we're working with this company to collect this debt and satisfy this debt and close this debt out. Is there any way we can make recommendations? I mean, not recommendations, but payment arrangements." What's the difference? There is no difference. However, if you look deeper, I found your bill in the trash, right? I found your contact information and I called you and said that this company assigned me to this debt to collect on it. But how do you really know that? Well, through debt validation, you can request the proof of sale between the debt collector and them and the creditor. If they can't provide you that proof of sale, how do you know they actually have the true authorization to collect on it? Right? So, it comes down to some common sense when you think about it. It's a lot of things that, if we were to really, truly, critically think about what's going on, we would ask these questions, right? But in this instance, you have to write this and you have to send this in writing, right? If you ask them this over the phone, they're not going to do what they need to do to validate that debt. They're going to do whatever they can to collect payment. Right? When you talk to debt collectors over the phone, all they want is payment. They could care less about what you're trying to get. Okay, so you have to request debt validation in writing. Okay, so there's a lot more things that you can request from debt validation, but those three things: a proof of contract, a proof of license, and also proof of ownership. Those are the three main things that I found through debt validation has helped us help our clients with removing collections from credit reports, because if they can't provide that information through debt validation under the Fair Credit Reporting Act and Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, they must cease collection efforts and close your account on your credit report. Okay? Cease collection efforts and close your account on your credit report. Okay? Until they can prove that information, they must remove it from your credit report. That's law. Okay? So, sharing some information with you to help you remove collections from your credit report. A lot of people say, Jason, you just shared too much. Well, I understand that, people are going to get the information somehow, some way. I would rather them get it from me, and if they need help implementing it, Witness Riches is here to help you. Okay? So as you come in, let me know who you are and where you're from. Hopefully you're taking notes. Hopefully this information, you find it helpful. Please subscribe to the channel, like this video. And if you have time, invite a friend. Okay. So I just shared with you 2 ways to delete collections from your credit report. Let's go to the third situation, which is if the company has not sent you a correspondence letter, basically saying, hey, you have 30 days to dispute this. If they fail to do that, okay, if you request debt validation and they fail to validate the debt, the third thing that you can do is report them to government entities that are here to protect consumer rights. The FTC, Federal Trade Commission, and also the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau, okay? These are 2 resources that you can use to your advantage to basically fight these accounts. You basically let them know that ABC Collection Company is not abiding under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. These are their violations. Please intervene, contact this company, and tell them to delete this from my credit report and cease all collection efforts, okay? Make a complaint. A lot of debt collectors want to stay in business. The more complaints they get, the less likely they are to stay in business. Debt collectors get shut down every day, okay? And the more complaints that the Federal Trade Commission receives or the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau receives, the more likely they are to actually step in and intervene, all right? And from experience, a lot of times we're able to get debts deleted simply because we found a violation in the law, okay? And we reported them. And because they didn't want any smoke, they didn't want any problems, they said, you know what, we're going to cease all collection efforts and remove this from your credit report, all right? So those are the 3 things that you can do. You can respond to those correspondence letters. You can request debt validation. And then if worse comes to worse, you can report them to government entities such as the Federal Trade Commission and also the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau, okay? I'm going to give you a given, okay? And a lot of times people forget to do this. This is a given, okay? So I shared with you 3 ways to delete collections off your credit report. I'm going to give you a bonus. The bonus is a given, all right? The bonus is don't forget to dispute it with credit bureaus, all right? Dispute the account with credit bureaus. Now, to get it deleted, if you were to pinpoint inaccuracies, that would definitely help you with getting it deleted. But the last thing that you want to do, is forget to dispute the account with credit bureaus. All right? You want to begin to get the law to work on your side. Under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, furnishers, these are companies who report information about you, whether they be creditors or debt collectors. When you dispute something, they have 30 days to respond. And if they fail to respond, it's automatically deleted, okay? And if you don't dispute it, that 30-day cycle will never begin for you. So that's a given, okay? I shared with you 3 ways to get it deleted, strategy, okay? Disputing it with the credit bureaus is a given, all right? So hopefully you've taken good notes. Please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and feel free to share it with somebody. Share it with somebody that you know, like, and love. Help me help you. Help me help more people, all right? We need to grow this channel, so I need your help. Subscribe to the channel for 1, so that we can continue to stay in contact. 2, like the video so I can get some more love and people can watch this video. All right, I'm gonna be very blunt this year. I'm gonna just tell you what I want. All right, if you don't ask for it, you'll never get it. So I'm asking, help me help you. All right, and then tell your friends about it. Jason White, Witness Riches, the real deal. You need to get on. All right. And then, lastly, at least dispute it with the credit bureau. That's the last thing that you can do, right? So let me look at the comment area really quick. Let me see. I'm trying to. If you haven't noticed, I'm trying some new things with our background. I'm actually getting a stand, so I'm gonna do something freaky with that big ass screen back there. Hopefully YouTube doesn't block this video because I cursed. Jay Jr. said, I wish I could hit that like button 1,000 times. You appreciate it. I appreciate that, man. We got the mayor of Detroit. I appreciate you being here. Beautiful Hermosa. She said, allowing Witness Riches to help repair my credit is the best thing I've done. We appreciate you. Thank you. We got Cleveland, Ohio in the house. We got Florida. As you come in, let me know who you are, where you're from. We got quite a few people watching right now. Engage with me. Let me know who you are, where you're from. Do we have any questions regarding that process? What happened to the Dough Chaser banner? I still got it on the wall. I'm just playing around with my background. I wanted to change it up this season. I took a break from Dough Chaser TV. We're back for season 2, and I want to do something freaky. So I'm just playing around with the background. I don't know if you saw the last episode, but I was at a different angle with Dough Chaser banner. Now I got the Dough Chaser in the back. I'm just trying new things. You got to try new things. You got to expand your horizon every once in a while. We got Washington State in the building. How you doing? So yeah, any questions about dealing with debt collectors, your credit, anything like that, let me know. I'm gonna, give Q&A about 5-10 minutes tonight. If we got any questions, I want to let you all know that if you are someone who is struggling with repairing your credit and you want help, we do offer credit repair service. I have a staff of 10 right now. By the end of the year, it'll probably be 30. I'm speaking that into existence. So help me make that a reality. Tell your friends. Sign up for the service. I'm going to put that information in the comment area of this video regarding our credit repair service. We have some specials going on our website. Very affordable program. Actually, one of the most affordable in the industry you will find. A lot of people complain about our pricing, but they're just being cheap. I had someone sign up for our Black Friday special. It was just $4.99, and he got upset that we charged him our monthly rate. Like, dude, I'm giving it to you, you know. But, you know, some people are ungrateful, and that's just the way of the world. But for those of you who are taking full advantage of our service, you're engaging with us, you're following our advice, and you're allowing us to help you, I appreciate you, because without you, none of this would be possible. Thank you. Let me see here. We got some questions. What if the collection letter is from a debt collector that's dealing with my medical insurance? A lot of times you can have your insurance provider contact the original creditor to satisfy that bill. And then once you get a receipt of that bill being satisfied, you can send that to the debt collector and let them know, like, hey, this bill has been satisfied. I don't owe you any money, right? Cease collection efforts. You're trying to charge me for an account that I already paid, right? So a lot of times you can undercut the debt collector by dealing with the creditor directly and using that receipt or the information that verifies that you paid it with the creditor. You can use that to dispute the account with the debt collector and cease collection efforts, and also dispute that on your credit report as well. Strategy. For those of you who are watching this, if you have never heard of Witness Riches or myself, Jason White, we have something called Transcend Financial Academy. In this academy, I go more in depth with the strategy on repairing your credit. I also teach how to boost your credit score 200 points, and also how to manage your finances so that you can create a wealth producing machine. If you are someone who is interested in that, I'm actually giving away 14-day trials for just $1. If you're interested in that, feel free to take advantage of that. I'm going to put that link in the comment area as well, so that you can get that information and, you know, become one of our students in Transcend Financial Academy. So let me get that really quick. I'm going to put that in there. Why won't it let me paste? Okay. For some reason, this isn't working. Copy. Paste. Okay. It's tripping me out right now. Understand that this is live, so please be patient with me. Please, 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 please. There we go. All right. Let me see here. We got some more questions. Let me get to your questions. What happens when the credit bureaus refuse to take something off after you have informed them? I have an 11-year-old negative account on Equifax that still won't take it off. They still won't take it off. So, are you trying a different approach when it comes to disputing it? Or it could be that it actually is truly 100% accurate. You know, the thing about credit repair that a lot of people misunderstand is that just because you dispute it, and you dispute it different ways, doesn't mean that it's going to get removed. It only gets removed if an inaccuracy regarding the account is if it's found and we pinpoint it, right? If they violated the law, then we can get it removed. The good news is over 70% of credit reports have errors, okay? So that means that a lot of times they do mess up, and we can find those errors and get them fixed. That's why a lot of our clients are successful, because they have a lot of errors on their credit report. The thing is, there are times when the information is actually 100% accurate and there's nothing we can do about it but rebuild, okay? So don't feel defeated. If that account is 11 years old since the date of last activity, it's definitely past the statute of limitations and should have been deleted 7 years and 180 days. But you have to keep in mind, is that 11 years since the date of last activity, or is it just an 11-year-old account? There's a difference, okay? But do not lose hope, okay? There may be different approaches that you can take to get that removed. You know, for those of you who are watching who are clients, definitely take advantage of your 30-day re-up to talk to your client champion and see if there's anything else we can do to fight that, all right? Let me see here. Tico said, can you recap quickly? So, yeah, we talked about 3 ways to delete collections from your credit report. The first one is not ignoring correspondence letters. When they send you a correspondence letter saying that they got your account, you have 30 days to dispute this, do not just allow that to hit your credit report, because if you ignore that 30-day cycle, then they're going to report on your credit report, because they're using that negative on your credit report as leverage. Because a lot of people feel like, man, if I pay this, it's going to boost my credit score back up. But a paid collection is just as bad as an unpaid collection, and they trick you with that, right? But we want to prevent all of that. So respond to that. And the way you want to respond to that is you want to request debt validation, okay? That's the second thing that you want to do. Debt validation is basically forcing them to prove their authorization to report on your credit report, okay? In that debt validation, we want three particular things that I've seen that actually helps. We want a proof of contract that has an assignment clause. If it doesn't have an assignment clause, then we don't have to do business with them, okay? 2, we want a proof of license that they can do business in our state. If they don't have a license in our state, they can't collect in our state. We can use that as leverage and threaten to report them if they continue to try to collect in your state, okay? And then third, what's the third thing that we want? We want proof of contract, proof of license, and also a proof of sale. Proof of ownership. We want the creditor and the debt collector. We want to see some kind of agreement between them that basically states that the debt collector owns that account. Because at the end of the day, what's the difference between a debt collector calling you to request money and someone who finds your bill in the trash calling you to request money? The only difference is true ownership. And until we see that true ownership, I don't trust it. All right. So debt validation. And then the third thing that you want to do is if they fail to send you correspondence, or they fail to validate the debt, report them to government entities. The Federal Trade Commission and the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau are here to protect us consumers against these janky ass debt collectors. Okay, take advantage of those resources, and that will help you get collections removed off your credit report. And P.S. always dispute on your credit report regardless. That's a given, because once you dispute it, the Fair Credit Reporting Act begins to go into play, and they have 30 days to respond. And if they fail to respond, it's deleted. It's deleted automatically. We want that law to work for us. Quick recap. All right, it's $300 to $400 a good price range to clear a not so bad record. That's all perspective, okay? Do you feel like that's a good thing to do? Will that create more opportunity for you? If yes, I feel like that's a good price. The thing is, who's clearing it? That's the question. Who's clearing it? Is it a entity that specializes in that, that's licensed to do that? Or is this your cousin Day Day who said he can get it removed off your credit report for the low, right? I would be careful and make sure that, you know, whoever is promising this has a track record, and 2, it's a legitimate resource. Nathan Hope said, thanks for the info on Self Credit Builder and the credit card information. Already seeing my score go up. Hey, thank you for taking advantage of that information, man. Always trying to help, always. You're welcome. You're welcome. My people helper, I don't know. We deal with every debt collector the same way because they all have to abide under the same laws. So I apologize. I don't know any particular loopholes, but the information that I'm sharing with you, sometimes, you can bite the bullet and negotiate a payment for deletion in writing. Let me see. Nieve Nanla. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names. Said, I see commercials for boosting your score instantly. Is that really possible? What exactly? So you're talking about the Experian boost. I don't trust it because what's going to happen is they're going to get access to your bank account, and from your bank account, they look at your bills, they look at your payment history, and then they basically apply that to your account. However, they have access to your bank account. I don't think 10 points is worth someone getting access to my bank account. I would rather you focus on other credit building resources than giving the credit bureau access to your bank account so they can see your spending habits as well. See, there's what this company can do, and then what am I giving this company to help me, right? And in my opinion, that's just too much information. Mingo Alexander, student loan says they're garnishing my paycheck. Does this work for them? Not necessarily, because the student loan provider is still the original creditor, and because they're a government entity, they can do freaky things like garnish your paycheck. However, if you contact them and request a student loan rehabilitation, that will stop the garnishment. You just want to make it seem as tight as possible when you're negotiating that rehabilitation. That way that monthly payment is affordable for you. But that will help with the garnishment. Okay. All right. So I appreciate everybody. Let me see. We got Cotton Candy. How long does it take for your credit score to go up after making settlement offers? Well, if you're just making settlement offers and you pay it, you have to understand that a paid collection is just as bad as an unpaid collection. Nothing's going to happen to your credit score. The settlement offer, you want to include that it will be deleted off your credit report. All right. And improving your credit score is totally dependent on how recent that derogatory account is on your credit report. If it's within 2 to 3 years, you can see maybe a 20 to 50 point jump. However, if it's older than that, then you may see a 5 to 10 point jump. It really depends on how recent that is. Okay, so just make sure you negotiate that it's deleted regardless. That way you don't have to worry about it continuing to be on your credit report. Okay. So I want to let you all know that I have a free credit masterclass. In this class, I teach you 3 ways to fix your credit: credit repair, credit building, and proper money management. It's a dope class. A lot of people are enjoying it. I'm getting a lot of great feedback. It's about 30 to 40 minutes of information, and then I also give a lot of free stuff away. Okay, if you are someone who wants to go deeper and get a better understanding of what you need to do to fix your credit, I highly suggest that you take advantage of this free credit masterclass that I'm going to teach you for free. Okay, so if you want to get that information, I just provided that information in the comment area. Click that link, register for the class, and get the information. Okay, you don't want to miss out on it, because one day I may come to my senses and say, you know what, I need to charge for this. But right now, I'm not saying that. So please take advantage of the free information that I give you, because if you follow it, you take good notes, it's going to be life-changing. That's what we do around here. Transcend financially. That's what we're about. We're about helping you get your money, your credit right, so that you can do big things. 2020, this is my motto for 2020, okay? If you are someone who doesn't like cuss words, I apologize. But big shit popping 2020, all right? And you should all obtain that mindset and just do great things, okay? Because at the end of the day, dough chasers want to be free. And we use money as a tool to make that happen. We don't chase money for money's sake. We use money as a tool to create opportunities for us to free ourselves from bondage, all right? So I'm trying to share with you some of the things that I know about money, finances, business. Hopefully you're taking good notes, because I'm a legitimate resource, okay? I'm actually seeing success, all right? And I want you to see success as well. And as we elevate each other, the only thing that's going to happen is we're both going to be on the same level. We're going to transcend together, all right? So use this information. Take advantage of me. Get everything you can out of me, because you never know. You never know. You never know. All right. Make sure you like this video. Subscribe to the channel. I got a couple more questions, and then I'm out. Okay. So let me see what we got here. What should you do if you started paying a collection item on a monthly basis and want it removed? Unfortunately, that's hard to renegotiate, because you already have acknowledged the debt, one, and you already are paying on it. So a couple of things happen. By you acknowledging the debt, they can use that in the court of law if you stop paying that, right? And then they can sue you and garnish you. Two, because you didn't negotiate a deletion, they don't have to, right? And a lot of debt collectors could care less about your credit. All they want is the money. I found that every once in a while you can try to renegotiate a deletion. However, they're going to want you to continue payments regardless, okay? So, you can try to send them a letter and say, hey, would it be possible for you to delete this off my credit report once it's paid off? However, next time, negotiate that first, okay? Let me see. K, they garnished my student loans. It's been on there for 11 years. It's still there. And is there any way I can get that off my credit report? Have you tried disputing it? Okay. There's a lot of different things that you can do to try to get that removed. But the first thing that you want to do is dispute it, okay? Especially if the balance is still on there and it's been paid off. All right. But for more strategies, I need you to take advantage of the 14-day $1 trial to my own. A lot of more in-depth strategies on particular situations. And we also provide dispute letters as well. So if you are someone who don't necessarily want to hire someone to help you, but you want to understand how to fix your credit, Transcend Financial Academy is a great resource. Please take advantage of that trial so that you can see the value that's in there and, consider keeping it. All right. How do we get Dough Chaser merchandise? You can go to doughchaser.com. Doughchaser.com. We have merchandise on our website. Feel free to get you a T-shirt, get you a Dough Chaser poster, whatever you want. It's there. We're working on some more gear, by the way. Like I said, 2020 big shit popping. You are all going to be impressed. You're going to love it. I can't wait to debut a lot of this stuff, and I appreciate you. Tico said, I'm considering hiring you for my wife's credit. Where do I need to go? Go to the 700 Club, creditrepair.com. That information is in the comment area. I just provided that for you. Don't delay, man. Let's get to work. Thank you all. I appreciate you. You all have a wonderful day. Make sure you subscribe, like this video, share with your friends, and consider hiring us to help you fix your credit and take your finances to the next level. I'm out.